Lebanese Ether, Freestyle Drive. Got a real special guest with me today, Brooklyn's own VVS Verbal. What's going on, my brother?
How you doing, bro?
Nice to finally link up.
Likewise, man. Thanks for having me.
No doubt.
Bucktown USA boys in the vehicle.
No doubt, Bucktown. We in the city right now.
Oh,
we on the way to Brooklyn.
Definitely.
We on the way to
West Side Highway in it right now.
No
about
doubt.
to head to Brooklyn.
Some real New York shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
So you from Brooklyn originally,
Oh,
right?
Yeah, I'm from Flatbush, Brooklyn, all
Flatbush.
day, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm like the mayor out there, you know, but shout out to all parts of Brooklyn, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy, Coney Island, Crown Heights,
No doubt,
East
no
New
doubt.
York, everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I get love all throughout Brooklyn.
The whole borough of Brooklyn, no doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's dope, bro. So growing up in a Flatbush, man, how was that? How was your experience growing up in Flatbush, Brooklyn?
Oh man, I wouldn't trade it for the world, you know, like Flatbush, one thing about Flatbush is like you got every nationality bunched in one in Flatbush, you know what I'm saying? That's like the heart of Brooklyn. So when I say the heart of Brooklyn, I mean that's the middle of the Brooklyn.
No doubt, yeah.
So it's like you have everything, Haitian, Jamaicans, Trinidadian, Bajans, Cambodian, Chinese, Korean, Japanese,
Everybody.
you know, like
Exactly.
etc.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's a beautiful thing, you know, like
Lebanese, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
Lebanese,
yeah,
you
we
know,
go up in Brooklyn, you know
so
what I'm saying?
when it comes to food, you know, it's a nice diversity. It's like a great variety of different selections, you know, like we got
doubt.
some of everything. So we got the best food.
All the spots on Flatbush, all the restaurants and
Oh
all
man,
that.
yeah, you know.
So when did you first get into music? Was you like a young cat who first got into it?
I
Did
got
it come
into
later
music.
on?
I was born into music, to be honest with you. Like when I was a kid, I thought I was gonna be a DJ, right?
That's what
Because
you
my
were
mom.
first attracted to?
Yeah, that was my first
DJing?
attracted. I thought I was gonna be a
Nice.
DJ. You couldn't tell me I wasn't gonna be DJ Devi Dev or something like that. 'Cause,
Got you.
You know, my name Dev. Besides Verbal, so I used to call myself Devi Dev and stuff like that.
So that was a DJ name originally?
Well, it wasn't officially a DJ
got
name.
you,
It was
yeah.
just like a nickname, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So my mom would have a record player. She had the radio with the turntable on the top, just the one single turntable.
Mm-hmm.
And after scratching like the fourth or fifth needle, I realized I wasn't a DJ. So I started, you know,
Okay.
I always loved hip hop. I started
Understood.
jotting down my little lines here and there, but I was always too afraid to. When I came outside and it was park ciphers and other people rhyming, I never had the confidence or the courage to attempt to rhyme. I was just like, go back to the drawing board and
Gotcha.
keep writing and
Okay.
keep writing and keep writing. Until I got of age where I realized this hip hop thing is all about confidence and work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Once you confident in your skill and you working at it consistently, you're gonna see the people go from, all right, he rap, all right, cool, to the point where they're like, yo, this guy is really good, you know. So
No doubt. He's nice. He's doing his
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know. So it's a beautiful thing, you know.
I get what you're saying. Part of it is that presentation. So you can have dope bars, but if you look like you're intimidated, people may not necessarily hear the good lyrics. They'd be
Yeah,
like,
that too. But even if I feel like if you're intimidated, your bars is not gonna be as dope as they should be.
That's
It
what-
might
yeah.
come across kind of dope, you know, because
Okay.
you may be a great writer, but the more confident you are, the more we're gonna appreciate your bars.
That's part
you
of
know,
the
so as a
package, I guess,
fan,
part of
'cause,
the
you know,
package, yeah.
We always fans first of the music thing
Definitely.
before. Most artists that do this music thing was a fan before they even started doing it. You know?
no, you want an artist to be confident on the mic. To,
Yeah, you know.
To jump on any beat or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So when did you start taking it seriously? When that confidence started getting built up, and you was like, is that when you started taking it more like a serious artist, or was you still just having fun with it, or?
Truthfully, I started taking music serious, I would say, like right after high school. When I was in high school, I would jot down my rhymes. I would walk around with the book. I was the kid that walked around with the
Okay,
notepad in
yeah,
his book
yeah.
back pocket every day. I got my Sony Walkman blasting headphones. I'm sitting on the car summertime on my block. You know, we smoking weed, drinking, and I'm just writing rhymes. You know.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, I would say like right after high school, I really fell in love and got serious with it.
When did you start using the name VVS Verbal, and where does the VVS come from?
Oh man, I gotta take you back first of all.
All
First, my name was Verbal Needles, right?
Verbal Needles. Okay.
I got the name Verbal Needles. Shout to my big cousin 151, Ron Bacardi. Ron Bacardi was in a group called the Godsons in the late 90s, mid 90s. They didn't pop how they were supposed to, but they had a deal with situation with Sony. They were doing their thing.
Okay.
And he was just extremely nice to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was always extremely nice. And I actually got the name Verbal Needles from a rhyme that he had. I'm hard to cope with, verbal needles in my fingers. I was like, oh, I like that, man. They, you know, so I ran with that name, Verbal Needles.
Got you.
So
Okay.
I was Verbal Needles into my neighborhood and my homie. Shout out to my bro Deuce, Crook Ave, Deuce Rothstein, you know what I'm saying? Back blocks. He actually was the one that gave me the name VVS, you know what I'm saying? So I was always Verbal Needles.
Verbal Needles, alright.
And him, along with a few others, gave me that name. So I was basically birthed that name from my neighborhood.
Gotcha.
I got the name VVS.
That's dope to get it from
and
your neighborhood.
VVS basically stand for the verbally vicious savior. At the same time, like I liken myself into like high quality. I'm like a high quality diamond. You know, everybody feel like they the best, they the best. So VVS stones is actually the second highest quality stones, diamonds you can have in the world.
Okay.
So, you know, I feel like I'm the best too, like everybody
Gotcha.
else. But,
Yeah.
you know, I didn't want to toot my own horn. I'm the best. Even though I say that in my music.
No, yeah,
but,
understood, yeah.
So I said, I'm going to run with VVS, you know,
That's
because
dope.
I
And you
shine
kept
bright
the-
like
you
a
kept the-
diamond.
You kept the verbal, you just added the VVS.
Yeah, I kept the
That's
verbal.
dope.
I took off
That's
the
dope.
needles at the end and added the VVS to the front. And,
I mean, it's
you
a
know,
dope name because it's different,
Yeah.
it's unique. Not too many people's going by like, you know, letters in, you know, in their names
Exactly,
and stuff. So it's just
exactly.
different. It's totally different, man. So when did you start releasing music? Like, when was your first project or mixtape or single? Or
My first mixtape, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I dropped it in 2006. My first solo mixtape I dropped it in 2006. It was called Everything Must Go.
You was always just because you said my first. Was that because you was always a solo artist? Or
No, I was before I was a solo artist. I was gonna bring you back in essence. But before I was a solo artist, I was in a group with one of my Bucktown USA members, Louis Skaggs,
Gotcha.
and my bro Guapi Ruffin, Logic Wise, Boom Bixby. So we were like a whole group, 5-man team. But then we had groups inside the group. You see what I'm saying? So Guapi and Logic was a group that connects.
Okay.
Me and Boom was a group, Pins and Needles. And my bro Louis Skaggs was always a solo artist. But at the same time, we was a group, a 5-man group.
Got you.
So it was like a big time group, then groups within the group. But we all were solo artists at the same time as well. So, you know, yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Shout out to my big bro, Stay Stimuli. You know, he was signed to a group, The Nation, under Easy Mo B, the super legendary producer.
No doubt, yes.
And they had their little situation going on. And, you know, we always respected him as the big bro. So we actually made him into our manager. Because he knew the ropes, he knew way more about the business game of the group. Yeah. He knew way more about the music game than we did. So it was only right to have a older brother on our side, and, you know, we wouldn't get jerked, or, you know, he would know the paperwork, certain stuff like that. And he took us a lot of places, you know. We was, my first time I was on the radio, shout to Wendy Williams. We won the contest with Wendy Williams. We was on 105.5. I think that's what the station back then. So it was a beautiful thing. It was like a process.
Yeah, I was freestyling on the show, on Wendy Williams show. What was
Nah, we wasn't actually on the show. They just played our song
for
winning the contest.
That's dope. Okay.
So, you know, we were doing our thing for years, and we dropping mixtapes. Like I said, my first mixtape came out in 2006 with Bird for the Slickest. Was ripping and running. I was on the Come Up DVD. Shout out to my homegirl Foxy Brown. You know what I mean? Legendary rapper Foxy Brown.
Of course, yeah.
She plugged me in with the Come Up DVD. We was ripping and running. I'm running with Fendi.
Gotcha.
And the rapper that played Biggie in the movie Gravy. Nicki Minaj was Dirty Money at the time, you know. So like I met these people before they was like superstars and everything.
They was in their beginning stages doing
what happened, we was still doing our thing, but one of my back block partners, like I was telling you, Louis Skaggs, he was doing this thing hustling in the downtown area, in the Gowanus area, in the projects. And while doing that, he formed a relationship with General Steele, Smith & Wesson. And they had their bond, and they would get up all the time and work on music and do the things they like to do, enjoy life. And he would always tell Steele, yo, you gotta meet my boy Verbal, you gotta meet my boy Verbal, you gotta meet my boy Verbal. And to the point where one day I was finally invited to come through, and, you know, I linked up with the bro, and it was just like, he was just a natural. Like, the guy was just so amazing to me. Like, I always respected him before I knew him, but you know how sometimes you meet a person and you lose kind of a little bit of respect for them.
You see the real person.
I gained even more respect for him just knowing him in person. So it was like, yo, you know, we ride until the wheels fall off. This is a family affair, you know, and we just been running ever since.
Shout out to General Steele.
Shout out to the big bro, General Steele, Cynical Smith, the whole Bucktown USA family.
I mean, our relationship started, and y'all have a bunch of collaborations now together.
Oh no, it's the family. So we got all type of, we got projects, videos, more projects.
You on his project, he's on your project.
Yeah, you know, it's a family affair. So, and shout out to the whole boot camp, because when he brought me into the mix, the whole camp welcomed me with love, you know what I'm saying? It was like not one bit of hatred. It was all love from all over the camp, you know what I'm saying?
That's great,
So
man.
that was a beautiful thing as well.
So, I mean, so your most recent project though that dropped this year.
Oh, my newest
Rebirth
album.
Of the Slickest.
Yes,
that's an
Rebirth of the
official. That's an
Slickest.
official
album. Official album. And shout out to my super producer SK on the beats. That's short for Essential Knowledge. He produced the whole album.
Project. Oh,
he's from Vermont. Super talented producer. He's real talented.
How'd you like that working with one producer instead of 5, 6 or whatever?
It was really amazing because for me it was a we actually put out an album about 2 years ago called Building Bridges with me, General Steel, SK, and featuring a bunch of legends from Smooth the Hustler, Sean Price, Rockness, the whole family.
So that was a collab. I thought it was a General Steel album. That was a
it was a General Steel presents, and it's basically like me, General Steel, and SK, the producer.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So the love that we got off of that album was so genuine and greatly appreciated that it was like. It was only right that my next album I did it with SK. You understand what I'm saying?
No doubt, made sense.
So we went to Vermont, locked in, and just.
You went over to Vermont and all that?
Yeah, we went to Vermont.
Got your Bernie Sanders on?
You know, yeah, it was a beautiful thing. Like, shout to the my favorite thing in Vermont has to be like the apple cider donuts.
Okay.
Between the apple cider donuts and
don't they got Ben & Jerry's out there
pear
too?
cider. I didn't even get to try that. I just was.
They got the factory. You said.
Yeah.
Oh, you was messing with the apple cider donuts and the apple cider. You said.
Yeah, that was a beautiful thing.
That's dope.
So we went out there, locked in, got the album done, came back, and you know, I put the album out this year, March 31st. And right now, I'm just ripping and running, doing shows off the album. I got a video called Grind out there from the album featuring my big bro General Steel. Look out for more videos coming real soon as well. You know, so I should be headed to a town near you soon. We traveling. I'm trying to be, if promoters holler at me, you know, I want to be on every stage.
No doubt.
Let's work, you know. So, and the album is doing really well. The response, the feedback is crazy. So I'm like the biggest kid in the candy store, you know. Like
I love the name Rebirth of the Slickest.
Thank you, man.
Why Rebirth of the Slickest? Explain to the fans, the audience, where'd you come up with the name from?
I got the name basically Rebirth of the Slickest because you know the way the rap game is now, it's like the microwave era. That's what we call it, you know. So like it's so watered down that it's like they don't really the artist's not really giving you the heartfelt pain anymore. It's just like something real fast and then it's gonna last for a month or two, maybe. And then it's like, what you got now? What you got now? What you got now? So I figured, let me bring it back to the essence of hip hop and give the people something they can feel, you know what I mean? Like you could last this everlasting, you could hold on to this for life. I'm giving you life jewels.
Yeah.
It's timeless, you understand what I'm saying? Basically, so I figured, what's a great name for this album? And then I was, you know, just reflecting back to when I was younger and listening to music and, you know, different names and stuff. And I remembered the Rebirth of the Slick record, and I was like, that's a dope song. That was always one of my favorite songs. So it was like, you know what, I'm gonna bring it back to the essence, and I'm gonna use this title as the title of my album. So when people read Rebirth of the Slickest, it's like, hold up, who is this kid? Rebirth of the Slickest? You know what? Let me give this a chance.
That name definitely
just from the name, you know. So like, yeah. So that was basically the reason I gave it that name.
I mean, you also
and at the same time, I'm like one of the slickest spitters there is in the city, you know what I'm saying, in the whole world, in the globe, really. But you know, I'm repping New York City.
They're gonna see soon. They're gonna see today.
I felt like it was only right, Rebirth for the Slickest. You know what I mean? You're bringing it back to the slick talk.
Because you mentioned it's like the microwave era, right? Which I love that. You know, that's the first time I'm hearing it, and I love that, right? Because you said the name is like somebody sees the name. It took me back to the era where like you appreciated the album, the cover, the name, everything was thoughtful. Not just like nowadays you just have names with like a one name.
Exactly. You hear an album nowadays, not to cut your wisdom, but you hear an album nowadays and it might be 3-4 songs on there that you listen to.
Exactly.
And you're already off that. So I'm like, Rebirth for the Slickest. I want to give the people something where they can just press play from the first song and just vibe out. You know, it just take you somewhere. It take you back to that feeling. You know, it lets you know that hip hop is still alive, you know?
Definitely.
It's people that's really still doing this. For real, you know what I'm saying? We're
not
just rapping, we're doing hip hop from the heart, you know what I'm saying? Songs for the people, facts with a message. You understand what I'm saying? Uplifting people, uplifting music. You can play my songs from anywhere from age 8 to 80. You understand what I'm saying? I got songs for grandma, I got songs for the kids, you know, I got songs for the people. That's what it's about,
you know? That's amazing, It's thoughtfulness behind it. It's
exactly.
Like, yeah. And you care what the audience is going to consume, what we're going to consume, you know? So it's also released on Bucktown Music.
Yes, BucktownUSA.com. If they want to get a hard copy of the album, they could go to BucktownUSA.com.
Okay.
You know, and if you want the digital, I'm on every platform: iTunes, Tidal, Amazon, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music, etc. You know, so I'm on all the platforms. And if they want a hard copy of the CD that they can have for the car, you know, or the truck or whatever, then you can just go straight to BucktownUSA.com. And you know, you can order that and we'll ship it right to you. Or better yet, if you're in the city or you anywhere close, we in arm's reach, you can hit me directly on my social medias: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
What is the social media?
Hit me up at VVS Verbal, 2 V's, 1 S, VERBAL. And if you're close enough, I'll pull right up on your block and I'll give you and I'll have the CD for you. If you're a little too far, just, you know, you might have to put a little extra for shipping and handling.
Exactly, yeah.
And I'll get that to you.
But it's
you know?
well worth it. It's real hip hop. I've been mentioning this on the show. I hate when cats, underground fans or hip hop fans don't put their money where their mouth is. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So if you want artists like VVS Verbal and other artists I've had on this show to continue dropping dope music, you got to support. You can't complain about the mainstream and what's on the radio and this and then, but then you won't buy a legitimate artist's dope ass album.
True indeed.
That has dope music on there. You know what I'm saying?
True
if you don't like it, don't buy it. But if you like it, buy it. You know, nothing's wrong with.
That's all it's about.
10 beans. Spend the 10 beans.
Wrong
you
with
know,
supporting something you like.
Exactly. So
or something
so
you love,
continue,
or you know, something you're really interested in.
No doubt, definitely. Can you talk a little bit about, you know, what some of, you know, your experiences now that the album dropped in March, has been doing really well? I know you've been freestyling, you know, different radio shows, radio stations. You're on Freestyle Drive now. What's been something more memorable since the release of the album? You know.
Oh man, like the album release party alone was so memorable. You know, like for me, I grew up in, like I told you, I grew up in Flatbush. When I was a kid, Master Ace used to live in my building. So I grew up on the 2nd floor. Master Ace will live on the 3rd floor. Shout out to Master Ace. Rest in peace to his mom's Miss Yvonne. You know what I mean? That's the first time I ever saw a computer in my life. This is real. Like, when he see this, I'm probably gonna blow his mind. You feel what I'm saying? But I was inspired from a kid. I would come outside and see MC Craig G in front of my building. You know, when they shot the Vapors video with Biz Markie and Big Daddy Kane, all these guys was around. I was like up the block from my house in Flatbush. So like, I'm like a true hip hop guy. Like, you know what I mean? So to fast forward to drop my album and have MC Craig G featured on my album, and the legendary Sadat X, and you know, my big bro General Steel and Tech, and you know, all of these legendary artists. That's like mind-boggling for me, you know what I mean? So like I told you before, I'm the biggest kid in the candy store. And then on another note, like to add on to that, when I meet all of these new artists, or all of these legendary artists rather, and they all respect me, like lyrically. So it's like, wow, like, you know, these guys that used to be on my poster when I lived with my mom's, I have all these posters on my wall from Right On magazines and Word Up magazines and stuff like that. Now fast forward, all of these artists, or 90% of them, respect me. You know, the 90% I met, you know, maybe it's about 10% I haven't met yet. But the 90% I met, they all respect me as an artist. So it's like, wow, I came a long way. Like, you know what I mean? So
I'm definitely rewarding,
and I'm on the right path. I'm doing the right thing. So let me go even harder, you know?
Let me continue, because you're getting the praise, you're getting the support. It's rewarding when you put in the hard work and it actually pays off.
Yes.
You know, with people showing their respect and like,
indeed.
Yo, this is dope. It makes you feel good, and nothing's wrong. You should feel good, right?
Yeah.
Come on, like you said, you're the biggest kid in the candy shop, right?
You know, so it's just a beautiful feeling. It's like, it's almost unreal sometimes. Like, you gotta pinch yourself. Like, wow, did large professors just come up to me and tell me I'm really dope, I'm a super dope artist, and I remind him of him minus the DJing? Like, wow, like, you know, like, that's mind-boggling. When you meet Pete Rock and he's like, yo, man, this guy's really, really good. It's like, wow, Pete Rock likes me. Like, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Legends in the game.
The legends in the game. Yeah. That keep me going. You know, I salute all of the people that helped pave the way for me, and I feel like it's tradition, so I'm just here carrying on tradition, you know? Because the way the game is, you know, these young boys, they don't really know hip-hop as much unless they got the proper guidance behind them. So we got to have the right representation.
No doubt.
I'm sorry, we got to have the right representation at some point, you know. And so it's only right for me to be that person.
And carry on tradition, like you said, instead of abandoning it, like some of the new artists. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know, that neglect the past, or act like they wouldn't be here without the 90s era, 80s era, all that, you know? So you dropped one one video off the new project.
Yeah, I just got one. I have one video out there right now. The video is called
dope,
Grind.
super dope. You shot it in Brooklyn? Where was that shot?
Yeah, we shot that in Brooklyn. We shot that in the Bushwick, Williamsburg area. Couple scenes in Bushwick, couple scenes in Williamsburg.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a
really
nice area.
You planning on dropping more videos off the
project?
project?
Definite. I'm gonna have at least 2 more videos coming real soon.
Okay.
We just pushing this one right now, and you know, right now I'm just getting a lot of shows in order because I got a lot of show dates coming up. I'm gonna be in Florida in September, early September, from like the 7th to like the 11th performing.
Nice.
And yeah, just working. We just working, man. Like at the same time, I'm loading up new material. You know, I'm always working. I never take a break.
Is it annoying when you have a brand new project and people ask you when's the next project?
Listen, man. And so I'm so glad you just asked that, right? Because I get that all the time. Okay. People will be like, "Oh, Verb, man, your new project is crazy. So what's next?" And for me, it's like, what's next? Well, what's next? I'm going to be heading to a town near you soon, hope Lord willing, doing shows. I have more videos coming, and I'm just pushing the album, you know. I'll be featured on different albums as well, different projects, you know. But for me, I'm not going to like, I don't like while I'm pushing my album, I don't really like to overflood the people with extra music, even though I do at times. But I do it classy, you know, like. Cause I'm from the era where like you really pushed your album, like that's why I was saying this is the microwave era because dudes would put out an album and then 3 months later they trying to put out another project, so that wasn't really an album. That was just like kind of like a rush job. I'm from the era where I'm at least pushing my album for a whole year at least, maybe 18 months.
And people need to digest it.
Exactly.
Fans need to digest it first before they ask for something new. You gotta digest this album and appreciate it. And then VVS will give you something
exactly else, and then a lot of people don't catch it the first time around, so with the work ethic and you putting out, it might be the 3rd video that Joe Smo see and he's like, oh man, who's this guy? I'm a fan, and now he's searching for me, you know.
Very true.
So you gotta really like stay on top and pushing your projects, you know. Like that's what it's about. Like
that was a good point that you said, that somebody might not see something until, like you said, the 3rd video, and then go check out the album. You know, if you didn't release that 3rd video, you might not have got that fan, you know, so it definitely makes sense to keep promoting the album, that especially you worked hard on it. It's not like it's a mixtape that you just threw out there for, you know, just threw out for fun. It's an actual solo album that you went in studio and sat for hours and nights and recorded that shit. Yes. So some real hip hops, you know, taking it back. Why didn't you do the whole microwave era of just sending MP3s back and forth?
Oh nah, we gotta sit down. I like to sit down. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've done a lot of songs where we've sent and flown the songs. Somebody might have flown their verse, but for the most part, I would rather we get up and brainstorm together, come up with the concept, and just start writing. You know, writing sessions. That's what they lack nowadays. There's no more writing sessions. There's nobody to build the artists up anymore. Like these guys just come out and they come out with microwave music and then they're gone, and then by the time they realize what it was, it's too late. Like they already missed their shot, you know.
That vibing in the studio, that feel of, you know, you with the other artists and down with the producer, that's lacking in a lot of new music. Yeah, I believe it's totally different.
I totally agree.
Not that the MP3s don't come out dope in email. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Business is business.
Yeah,
we gotta take advantage of technology. But if you're able to do the whole studio thing with the producer,
then why not?
Why not?
Exactly.
You know, it's definitely much better. The passion is in there more. You can hear the quality better. You push each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gotta do a better.
It's almost like friendly competition. Even though like I don't compete with my brothers, but in a sense it's still like a friendly competition because it's like. We training each other to be the best we could be, you know? It's not like we're like coming for each other, like trying to get at each other, but like we're training each other to be the best artists we could be, you know? So it's a beautiful thing. It's definitely a beautiful thing.
So I want to take it back before we get into the freestyle session. We're in Brooklyn right now.
Okay.
We're getting into the freestyle.
Yeah, we just got off the bridge.
Yeah.
We just left the city. Now we in the BK.
We're in the beautiful borough of Brooklyn. All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna go down Atlantic, then to Flatbush. All right.
Oh no, you can just you can just go straight. We already on Flatbush.
Let's do it. So yeah, I didn't get off the Manhattan though. That's why this is the Brooklyn Bridge. So
oh yeah, I'm tripping. We gonna come around.
Yeah.
All right.
So. You want to take it back because you said you dropped that first mixtape. I want to go back a little bit just for the history of VVS Verbal.
Okay.
What was the name of that mixtape?
The first mixtape I ever put out solo, as a solo artist, was called Everything Must Go. if you from Flatbush, if you from Brooklyn area,
Oh my
if
God.
you ever even heard this mixtape, like,
Okay.
I promise you, I have people to this day that tell me this is one of the greatest
But where'd you
projects
get-
ever in
Okay.
Brooklyn history, and it's just a mixtape. So I be honored off of that. Shout out to my bro Vac around Dawn. He doing his thing.
People
You know
can
what I
still,
mean, running
people can
around.
still check out that mixtape.
Actually, I'm gonna have to re-upload it because
Okay.
it's not out right now.
Got you.
It was just like a hood classic. It was like a neighborhood classic.
I thought you
had
was
to
gonna
be on-
say.
I was like basically selling out the trunk on my Master
Got
P
you.
tip. You know
Because
what I mean?
when you said everything must
yeah.
go, it's like I thought when you were saying Flatbush Cats in Brooklyn, it's like a lot of the stores when they're shutting down, they have everything must go.
That's where I got the concept for the
Gotcha,
project
okay.
from. It was like, yo, everything must go. When it's when the store closing down,
Exactly.
you got to get all of this stuff.
Everything
you know what I mean? We're
must
gonna give you
go.
the best rate. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? So I felt like I was giving the people the best music. You're gonna love all of these songs. You know what I mean? And it's a go. Like
That's
everything must go.
That's a dope
You know what I mean?
concept
So,
for
yeah,
it.
that
Everything must go.
I'm actually going. I'm actually thinking about doing the Everything Must Go Part 2. You know what I mean? Just for the streets. You know what I
Like a
mean?
mixtape for the
Yeah,
fans.
mixtape off
Yeah,
of industry beats that they're familiar with already, and just go in. You know, I think I'm gonna do that real soon. That might be. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that.
All right.
That's a beautiful thing. We're
So,
gonna definitely do that.
so you said you're gonna be on other people's projects, singles here and there. Are you planning on being in a group with your group again? Or are you strictly gonna mostly be solo, or is that?
Well, shout out to my bros, the Back Blocks.
Yeah.
That's our original, the Back Blocks.
Mhm.
We were actually called the Foundation first, but some other dudes had that name, so we changed our name into the Back Blocks.
Okay.
But shout out to my bro Guapi Ruffin, my bro Logic. They still nice if they want to be, but they don't really do the hip hop anymore
Understood.
right now, you know, because of life courses.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we got families, we got situations. But when they'll come back around, Lord willing. So me, Louis Skaggs still at it, and shout out to Boom Bixby, he's still at it. You know, I'm trying to get him to work on the solo project.
Do you like?
But for the most part right now, I'm just in my solo lane. But I'm always on deck for my bros,
Gotcha,
whatever they
gotcha.
need.
No,
you know?
understood.
But we all in our solo bag right now, you know.
Do you like the solo route? No, it's not a shot
I
against
love it.
anybody. It's just
I actually love the solo route because it's like, you know, I could just vibe at my own pace. You know, I come up with my own concepts and I just get the job done. You know, I like.
Is it more
It's
work?
cool to be
Is
in
it
a
more
group
work?
as well. It's definitely more work because you got to have way more verses. You got to be on top of your grind. But you know, when you're in the group, it's cool too because it's easier. You might just have to do one verse and you're good off that song.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
at the same time, you gotta build with the bros. We gotta all get up. We gotta, you know, you might have your kid at that time. I might have to go to school.
Exactly.
You know, so
Real
the
life
timing,
shit,
real
yeah,
life stuff
yeah,
kicks
yeah,
in.
yeah.
You know, so when I'm working at my own pace, I could go as fast as I want, as slow as I want. You know, and I could get the job. I just get the job done. I actually write kind of fast and work really quick. So
How do you write? Do you listen to a beat first and then write to that beat, or do you write sometimes without a beat and then try
I'm
to
like
adapt
the
it?
most awkward. I can write however they want to do it. Like a lot of times I vibe to a beat. I write from top to bottom. Sometimes I might write the last 8 bars and then write the first 8 bars after.
Okay.
Sometimes I might just be writing a cappella lines here and there, and then incorporate stuff into when I hear the right beat. Or sometimes I might just might not have my own beat and just start listening to instrumentals
And
and
write
be
to that.
writing just to have write at different pace instrumentals. So when I'm vibing now, I might get a beat that have me say, you know what, I got a verse for this. You know, I got a verse that I wrote to an instrumental that I'm not using. I could use that for this song. But for the most part, when I get a beat that I'm really feeling that's an original beat, I would write just from scratch.
Gotcha.
You know, for 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna write from scratch. But it's a few times where I could just plug in a verse. You know, it feels good when you have verses that you can just plug in like, wow, that fits the concept. You know what? We're going to go with this.
Since we got a real Brooklyn MC and a Brooklyn cat in the car today, I don't ask this for all my guests. What is it? Who's your top 5?
My top 5 what?
Top 5 MCs.
You mean all time? Or like right now? Or like...
Let's do all time.
All right, my top 5 MCs all time.
Dead or alive.
Man, no. All right, my top 5 MCs. All right, number 1, I'm gonna go with Nas.
Okay.
Nas probably my favorite of all time. So I'm gonna go with Nas, Biggie Smalls, Jay-Z. Man, this one it gets hard.
Okay. That's what I want. I wanted to get hard. Yeah.
This is really when it gets hard. I said Nas, Biggie Smalls, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna say Redman.
Okay, nice.
Nas,
nice.
Biggie Smalls, Jay-Z,
That's dope.
Redman.
That's dope, yeah.
And
Because you don't hear that all the time, even though, yeah.
Man, the last one is just could change all the time. I'ma just say I'm gonna go with myself, man.
Alright,
I'm gonna go with myself fifth, Verby Baby. That's my 5 right there. I got Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas. I'm sorry, Nas, Biggie, Jay-Z, Redman, and Verby Baby.
No
You know
doubt.
what I'm saying? That's how we gonna do that.
That's a dope top
Word
5.
up.
That's a dope top
That's
5
it
right there. I love, you know, because everybody got the different top 5s, you know? And nobody's right and nobody's wrong, you know? It's
exactly. It's hard to just pick a 5, you know, because it's different eras, it's different. So sometimes I like to go with the top 5 from eras, or that's why I ask you if you meant all time or if you meant currently, you know.
Yeah, I usually do all the time, but you know, either one would have worked out. But I believe what you said in our 5th one can interchange. Exactly. Sometimes it's Pun, sometimes it's Jada,
Pun,
sometimes it's
Jada,
Ghostface, sometimes
Ghostface is my guy.
Yeah, you know.
That's why I usually do a top 10.
Okay.
Because 5 for me is like,
and
then even 10, you're still gonna be like, I gotta squeeze.
It's not as fun though. It's fun. We gotta squeeze in 5 names. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely fun though. It's definitely fun.
Yeah. No offense to anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
shout out to everybody, man.
Exactly.
Like even if I ain't name you, you still could be you in my top. You know, like once I respect you, I respect you. So like you know, that's what it is. Definitely.
All right, we're about to get into this freestyle session. All right.
Dope.
Freestyle Drive, we in Brooklyn. We about to get into this freestyle session. Got my man VVS Verbal. He got a new project out right now.
Rebirth of the Slickers is in stores right now. Go get that. iTunes, Tidal, Amazon, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music. You want the hard copy, go to bucktownUSA.com or hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. 2 V's, 1 S, VER, BAL.
No doubt.
Let's get it.
Yes, we in Brooklyn. It's only right to start off with this. Woo! VVS Verbal.
Cass, what up, my G? Flatbush Push. You already?
Yeah. Freestyle Drive.
My future full of promise, no challenges and success. Optimum level, globe go-getter is VVS. Strategic, they love how I move. He play chess, putting work in. I do more, but say less. Strapped up, glove hug the snub, that's safe sex. Giant like Wilt the kids, I'm 8X. Anything my son asks for, got him, I say yes. Car hitting, the young boy popping, I stay fresh. Name buzzing, gon' rise to the top, that closer. Ignorant, swoop down these haters like vultures. By the dollar, yet come from the heart for the culture. Poster child for Bucktown, doing what I'm poster. Album after album for the fans, and it's more work. Non-stop rocking for years to come, that's more perks. It's pain pouring, he'll never make what he's worth. Streets hostile, teach the gospel, take him to church. You gotta take him to church sometimes, you know what I mean?
VVS Verbal.
Baby.
Yes, don't run, motherfuckers. Don't run.
I said, how you a legend? What have you done legendary? Secondary niggas only get love in February. I was born with this gift here, hereditary. Put it in the air, my eyes always red as cherry. Hood pharmacists is me, and they dread heavy. Cop and go on my rerun, I'm Fred Berry. Want the feature, drop the bag if the bread heavy. Attack track, murderous bars is deadly. When speaking of life, tell them it's hard measures. In the heat of the night, feeling like Carl Weathers. Sweater Gucci, Balmain over Margellas. Forever groupies, lanes, we call them hard fellas, tumble cats. I'm the best for humble scrap. But,
woo! Yes!
I don't do the mumble raps. Lions, tigers, and bears in the jungle's facts. It's juice to the minds. Verby, baby.
Verby, baby. No mumble rap over here.
Man.
Flatbush, we on our way.
Freestyle. That's why I stop like that. You know what I mean?
That was dope.
Shout out to my bro Cass.
Let's get into, I'm throwing this next one, alright?
Let's get it, man.
Yeah. Freestyle Drive, VVS Verbal.
I like that, baby. Oh, this is my shit right here. Oh, I wasn't even ready for this. Let's get it. Just can't. I said, yo. Hopping out that 720S McLaren. Need that 21.8 Porsche 911. When it come to flows, the father I never play. Nice like a Z01 Corvette Chevrolet. Passing through the block, never see you told her the streets hot. Swung an episode backseat up in the Equinox. Dropped down, gave me love below bumping speaker box. Then bragged about a couple brothers that eat the Told her I'm going chasing bags with the dollars be. Spread like equality, rise like the economy. My goons talk symbolic language, not astrology. Bumping my philosophy, flying high in the Mazda 3. Or the top drop down GT Roadster. Right hand whipping it, left on the holster. Authentic, genuine player, the flow kosher. Me and GST 5,000 for the culture. Players popping slick, I'm Popovich, I can coach ya. Clever, awesome, Trevor Hoffman, I'm the closer. Yeah. And I like that, baby.
Yes,
I'm off
VVS.
the top with it. We live, Bucktown, USA, Virgin, baby.
On Freestyle Drive,
Lituation.
Yes.
Freestyle Drive. Oh, yeah.
You don't hear this one too much often.
I said,
yeah.
Ain't got time for frontin'. Let me take her back. Yeah. Ain't got time for frontin'. Bucktown, USA.
Yes.
VVS Verbal. Ain't got time for frontin'. I said, know the game ins and outs. Loving it, family on the grind. Ain't dance hall bubbling, family. Block hot. Out there juggling, family. Chrome squirt, do your homework. Needed, I got it, you want work. Weed is exotic, my phone work. Don't run up on me, ain't got beef. Gun up on me, cause I'm a face with a name. Can't let y'all get one up on me. Verbal, back to serve you. Tracks I swerve through, run laps out circle. Youngin' got it 4.5 a onion. When my shit drop, hip hop alive and running. My guys been gunning since Dre made Nas is coming. Big payday prizes coming. Big boy toy ride, I'm stunting. Real talk, wise you frontin'. Chilling yourself. American pie, filling yourself. Been getting money, niggas filling the wealth. Like Verbal can't kill it for self. My goons just be willing to help. I could dig it, VVS optimistic. Paint that picture with knife work. I could flick it, I could bick it. When often asked if I could kick it, got no time at all. I ain't tryna ball. VVS just shine like armor all. Sign with y'all, ride, gonna need another comma, dog. Tiny figures for grimy niggas. Murder mommies with tiny blickers and shiny slippers. Ready to ride for show packing. If life a movie, my hood where's more action. Back blocks, VVS co-captain. Whole team eating, fuck up your dough trapping. Post up like the old shacking. Gotta give it to him, go back in. Recognize when a pro blackin'.
Yes.
Dough from the snow or the dro stacking. Been in the game, shining, brother. Whoa, lemon meringue, diamond colors, glow. No, we don't spit it the same. Got weed, dope, diesel, dealing with cane. Articulate, finish you lanes from pinning the pain. 4-door cinnamon rain, spinning the lanes. 4-4 inflicting the pain, you mention my name.
Yes.
Ain't got
VVS
time
Verbal.
for frontin'.
Yes. Post up like the old shack. What was that?
Ain't got time for frontin'.
Yes, that was dope.
I try to tell him, man.
Yes.
Ain't got time for frontin'. They call me the young LeBron, Mariano Rivera, my era, man. I do this, man. Bucktown, USA, VVS Verbal, man.
VVS Verbal on Freestyle Drive. I'm gonna throw on one more.
Oh, let's get it.
Surprise here, a little different, alright?
Ooh.
It's gonna be a little different, but let's do this. Yes. Freestyle Drive.
Yeah. Verby,
baby.
Oh, this that Cardi beat. She be like,
yes.
Cardi. I said,
Careful. Yes.
Verby. Look. Help the children awaken. I'm from the bottom, rock bottom. Used to build in the basement. Opposite of artists, Verby painted vivid. They basic. Some say my bars out of this world. I live in a spaceship. We fly high, no lie, you know it. But I ain't ballin'. Bill Russell with his game, homie. I ain't Jordan, don't drive. Dollar van floor, iron horse it. No diamonds flossing. Awkward, homie. I am awesome. Yeah. Go-to man for the vocals, fam. International blueprint, overstand your local plans. I be on the go and fans always show me wow love. Father of flows, career ranger style, cuz put in work for certain. Life ain't perfect, bunch of clowns in this game. I don't like they circus, get on your A game. Lock in, advice stay working to get left behind. We next in line, they working.
Yes.
Said I make her wet when crafting lines. I could Greg the Hammer your Valentine. Just got a kite from this Asian chick out in Palestine. Told me I'm welcome whenever, her whole palace mine. She smoked Sheba, love sipping on Valentine. Listen to Gucci, turned up, what that implies. Told her I can't feel the music game, rappers paralyzed. Never confused, everything always clarified. She about to slide to my city, let's hit up Caroline's. Ladies love him, stuck through his web, call it paradigms. We sipping on wine from Vinny Faravons. International baby French Riviera ties. Urgently needed, full of spirit, the flow vital. Is high speed, doing live feeds, about to go viral. Essential components, Verbi baby, the pro primal. Get text, tweet, she Twitter, and I'm your whole idol. What? Fuck, I gotta put it in subtitles. Capture hearts of the people like how they love Michael. Tyson, Jordan, Jackson, your plug idol. March 30th, my album drop, flood title. Pick my...
Wow, yes.
So it take heavy work if the plan is squeezing in my shoes. Watch suckers alter the facts, peep with a wide view. Restoring order, yes, this survival, I'm here to guide you. Yup, coach your vultures gonna get them all removed. Solidifying my slot, this what you call a groove. That's my fortitude, every day I got more to prove. When teaching players who focus this life coach more enthused.
Wow, yeah. VVS, verbal on that Be Careful beat. I'm your host, Lebanese Ether.
Lebanese Ether, my guy, man.
No doubt, my brother. Thank you so much. We in Brooklyn on the way to the hood.
Liddy.
Flatbush, rebirth of the slickest.
Oh, yeah.
Dropped in March 2018. Make sure you check it out.
Go get that.
The video grind featuring General Steel.
Shout
out right now.
General, shout to Cynical Smith, shout to my super producer, Essential Knowledge, my whole Bugtown USA family, Louis Skaggs, Coke Baller, Boom, Bixby.
No doubt, no doubt. Shout out to Bucktown, Ducktown, Rucktown, all of that.
All that. Burn, what's up, big sis?
Yeah. Keep holding New York down and keeping New York authentic and real. That's what I love about those labels.
Hip hop is alive.
You know what I'm saying? It is, no doubt. Thank you again, VVS. One last thing before we head out. What do you want to tell people who are watching you right now? Any last words?
I just want to remind them to make sure y'all get that album. If you a fan of real hip hop, if you love songs for the people, facts with a message, just get the album. If you stream it, do whatever you gotta do. Just listen, and then it's money back guaranteed. If you buy my album and you don't like it, you can hit me up directly and tell me you don't like it, and I will reimburse you. I've been saying that for the last 3 projects. I haven't had to reimburse anybody yet. So for those that don't know me, just get familiar, man. Bucktown USA, VVS Verbal, Rebirth of the Slickest is in stores right now. iTunes, Tidal, Amazon, Spotify, Google Play. Hit me up, man. And look out for my big bro, Smith & Wesson, new album with Ninth Wonder coming real soon.
Ooh, that's gonna
and
be,
also
wow.
That new Black Moon album coming real soon, man. We working, man. It's the family tree.
Follow
Verbi,
him,
baby.
Follow him on IG, VVS Verbal, at VVS Verbal.
Hit me up. 2 V's, 1 S, VERBAL, Liddy, man.
He kept that
That's
shit.
what we do, man.
Yes, no doubt, my brother.
Freestyle Drive. Thanks for having me, bro.
Thank you for being on
my
the show.
guy.
I was supposed to do it earlier than the workout, but we finally made it happen.
Hey, listen, it's all good. We made it happen. That's all that matters, you know what I mean?
Like you said, real life shit, you know?
Word up,
Kids
word
and all that, all right?
My son 9 going on 17, so you know how that go. Like,
that's basically me, too.
how that go.
No doubt. Peace, y'all.
Salute.